Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. My channel is a place where you can learn more about parent alienation and parent alienation syndrome and learn ways to be proactive so that you can do your best to prepare yourself, prepare your heart, and hopefully prevent some of the effects of parent alienation syndrome on your children and also the parent alienation effects on yourself. So today I just wanted to share a couple of things that you can do to be proactive while this is all going on. A lot of times this happens subtly, a little bit at a time, and then the next thing you know, if there's a feeling of loss of control and you've completely lost the ability to see your children, connect to your children, get to them. Because with a successful alienator, you're pretty much shielded from that child or having any positive influence on your child. A couple of things, and I wrote these down, is to be proactive. Okay, don't just think that this problem is ever going to go away on its own. It will most likely get worse. So do everything that you can to educate yourself on it so that you're learning what to look for. Learn that it is a behavior. It's not who your child is, it's a behavior that they're learning. They're acting out what they're feeling. A lot of it's frustration and anger because they don't have any control. Don't just think it's going to go away. Okay, it won't. You need to be doing your part. Realize that there's not much you can do about the alienated parent. You can only change yourself. So take a good look at your own behaviors and just modify what you need to modify. Don't engage with an alienator. Don't dance their dance. Don't participate. I remember learning these words a little while back in a sort of like a conflict, how to handle conflict. And these words that this lady shared with us, I still use to this day, and I learned them like 10 years ago. And she was just saying, you know, someone's just like getting you, and they just got you right there, and you're just about ready to like get twisted or do something or make a bad choice. Just think, bless their heart. Not only does it change our heart, but it almost like sends a little bit of empathy or compassion towards them. Like, God bless their heart, because if they knew better, they probably wouldn't do what they were doing, and sometimes they don't know better. So just do what you can to change your behavior. You're never going to change them. You couldn't change them while you were married. Don't ever think that you're going to be able to change them when you're not married. Be a strong parent yourself. Don't tolerate behavior that is disrespectful at all. You're not a doormat, and you do not have to be a victim or behave like a victim when your child's behaving or if they're being angry, because there's appropriateness, and you know, you could make it outside of yourself. Like, would your teacher let you speak to her this way or him this way? Would your coach allow you to disrespect, you know, him this way? Don't be a pushover. And your children will, you know, intrinsically respect that. And you're setting boundaries, which is also creating security, because they learn to expect. When you're inconsistent, they don't know what to expect, and it actually creates an insecurity in them. So be consistent and be strong, and you know, do what you can as a stronger parent. Find ways to attach to your child every day, even though you might not be able to see them. You know, try to call them. You may be able to leave a message if they have a voicemail. Text them. Send them something. Send them something in the mail. Sometimes you can do it energetically. Depending on what your beliefs are, you can go into prayer. You can go into meditations. You can connect with them energetically. You can put a trigger somewhere that reminds you to like stop and take a moment and go inside and embrace your child. I started doing this myself for my own well-being probably about 5 or 6 months ago now. And every time I see the same digits on a clock, like all ones or all twos, all threes, you get the drift, I stop and I go inside, and I have, you know, visualized holding my son's face, telling him how much I love him, how proud I am. Sometimes I'm just hugging him. Sometimes I'm experiencing him as a young boy when he was like so loving. Sometimes I'm experiencing him as a man, but I'm able to just connect with them in my heart. And I know that they do feel that energetically, and it makes me feel really, really good inside. So, you know, try ways that you can connect with them every day. Find Find a good therapist for your own well-being also, and someone who's familiar with parent alienation and parent alienation syndrome. Everybody has textbook ways of handling our own stuff, or they want to go into our inner child and they want to go into, you know, mommy daddy issues or whatever it is, which is great. And there's some very specific different things in regards to parent alienation and parent alienation syndrome, and it's nice to have a professional third party who can help you through that process. Let's see. Take good care of yourself. That is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Go for walks, read a book, take 10 minutes and just be in silence. Go to yoga, do an exercise class, do something that's going to make you good and feel good. Because you have to stay healthy. You take care of yourself. All right. Don't grovel or beg or allow your child to see that you're threatened by their behavior. We just kind of referred that a little bit earlier. If the narcissist encourages your child to disobey you, hold your ground and make sure your child does what you request, starting with no disrespectful in the home, period. That can be super challenging because part of the the alienator will undermine all of your authority. It doesn't matter, or, you know, your mom's crazy, your dad doesn't know anything, he's always been, they can tell story after story after story and just completely undermine your authority. Stay strong, stay consistent. You're doing this for your kiddos. And you would be this way if you weren't going through this, and now you've got to just be extra mindful of it because you're going to be getting attacked from different areas you probably didn't think you would be getting attacked on. Let's see. Use humor, be fun to be around. Don't be so groveling and angry and depressed and, PO'd at what's going on that your kid's like going, I don't even want to be around mom, right? Dad's kind of a jerk, mom. You're right. Be a pleasure to be around. Make your children want to be with you. Now, we're not wanting our kids to it's going to be so important that they like us. In this situation, in this microscope, we want our children to want to be with us. Even when they're going through teenagers and stuff. It's like, yeah, they think they know everything, but they still want to be with you. They still want to be in your home and they still want to benefit from being in your life. Okay, there's a difference. Let's see. Be smarter than the narcissist. I've heard this more often than not. You can, with a narcissist, because they're so intentional and calculated, you need to be smarter than them because seriously, it doesn't take much to manipulate children. And if that's their only success in life, I guess they're operating at that childlike behavior of manipulation. So be smarter than them. Learn what they're all about. Learn about the mental illness of it. Learn why you were the perfect partner for them. Learn why you chose that partner. And then be smarter. Be determined and refuse to let the alienator abuse or destroy your relationship. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Your journey might look different. I know for me personally, I was obsessed, and I was fighting and just doing everything I can to keep my son's relationship. And then I was just I just gotta stop. Me forcing and me pushing was just as bad as what his dad was doing. Push, force. And I was like, pull, push, force. It's, don't fight so hard. Don't fight so hard. Just, be good in yourself. Be good to yourself and be a good parent, the best that you can possibly be. All right. And the one thing, and I'm always going to say this, awareness. Education. The only way that we are going to get through this is to be able to be one step ahead every single time. In every part of this, one step ahead. Know that your kids want to be with you. Know that they are having a battle in their head. Their logical mind is battling what their heart's desire is. They are thinking about you. Know that. Be encouraged and have yourself a great week. Thanks.